You know, for the first time in history, we've got a whole generation navigating a massive technological shift, not from the beginning of their lives, but right in the middle of them. And we're not just talking about learning a new gadget. We're talking about adapting to a world that's being reshaped by AI every single day. So how are older adults actually bridging this gap? Let's dive in.
So where do things stand right now? Well, some research from AARP shows us something pretty striking. While almost everyone has heard of AI, we're talking 92% of seniors, the excitement just isn't there yet. Only about 30% are actually enthusiastic about what it can do. That's a massive gap between just being aware of something and wanting to use it.
And that really brings us to the big question, doesn't it? What's going on here? Why is there such a disconnect between knowing about AI and being excited to embrace it? Let's break down what's really happening.
To really get a handle on that gap, we have to look past the easy, kind of lazy stereotype of technophobia. The real challenges are way more nuanced, practical, and, well, human.
This quote from someone in a workshop just says it all, right? It's not about being afraid of technology. It's about feeling overwhelmed and wanting simplicity and control. In a world with a million apps and notifications flashing at you, a lot of people just want a straightforward tool that does what they need it to do, period. And that desire for things to just work? Well, it comes from some very real obstacles. There's that fear of clicking the wrong button and breaking something for good. There are physical changes, like vision that makes tiny text a real headache. And then there's just the mental energy it takes to figure out a complicated menu filled with jargon. All of that stuff just chips away at your confidence.
And the result of all those barriers is this: a huge confidence gap. According to Pew Research, only 26% of internet users over 65 feel very confident with their devices. Compare that to 74% for younger users. It's not about what they're capable of, it's about how confident they feel. So how in the world do we fix that?
Well, it turns out there's actually a proven art and science to teaching technology in a way that really works, especially for adult learners who are bringing a whole lifetime of different experiences to the table. It really is all about the right approach.
So what's the secret sauce? Well, a successful learning environment follows a pretty clear recipe. First, you have to make it relevant. The tech has to solve a real-world problem or connect to a hobby, otherwise why bother, right? Second, peer support is huge. Learning from someone who gets your life experience is often so much more comfortable. Third, breaking down big tasks into small, step-by-step instructions is key. Then you need hands-on practice to actually build that muscle memory. And finally, repetition, repetition, repetition. It's absolutely crucial for making new skills stick.
And here's what that looks like in the real world. A less effective teacher might just show you how to do something once. But a great one, they use what's called the teach-back method. They show you, and then you show them how to do it. It's the difference between just watching and truly learning. And that whole mindset applies to everything. Using simple analogies instead of text speak, slowing down instead of rushing, and turning a lecture into a real conversation.
And listen, when we get this right, the payoff is huge, and it goes so far beyond just knowing how to use an app. We're talking about real, tangible benefits for your brain health and your social life. This is the real why behind bridging the tech gap.
Think of it like this. Learning new technology is like a workout for your brain. It strengthens what scientists call your cognitive reserve, basically your mind's ability to stay resilient. It can also help make up for some memory decline by letting your devices do the heavy lifting. But maybe just as important, it's a powerful tool against loneliness, making it way easier to connect with family and friends. This isn't just about convenience, it's about staying independent and having a better quality of life.
Okay, so now let's zoom in on AI. I know, it can sound like something out of a sci-fi movie, but the goal here is to make it practical, useful, and accessible for everyday life, while also being really smart about the new challenges it brings.
And does this teaching approach actually work for something as complex as AI? Oh yeah. The impact is immediate, and it is dramatic. A recent workshop found that before the session, 80% of the seniors there were totally unfamiliar with artificial intelligence. But after just one workshop, 90% felt either somewhat or very comfortable with the basics. That is a massive, massive shift from a single, well-taught class.
And once that comfort level is there, all these new doors just swing open. Imagine an AI that creates a fitness plan just for you, or helps manage your medication reminders. In your finances, it can power budgeting tools and, this is a big one, help spot potential scams. And just for fun, it can unlock your creativity, helping you write a story or make a cool picture, or even act as a personal tutor for any skill you've ever wanted to learn.
Now, of course, any powerful tool comes with new risks. AI-powered voice scams are getting scarily good.
But the defense is actually pretty simple and super effective. First, always be skeptical. If you get a frantic call asking for money, even if it sounds exactly like a loved one, just pause, take a breath, and call them back on their own number to verify. Second, create a family safe word. It's a secret word that only your inner circle knows. If the caller can't give you the safe word, you hang up. Simple as that.
When you step back and look at it all, seeing seniors dive into this new frontier is an amazing reminder that technology isn't just for one generation. It's a tool for lifelong learning that can connect every single one of us. And that leaves us with one final thought. If that's true, what's the next skill we should all be learning, not as separate generations, but together?